honestly, the money. I think honestly, the money is in the Switch ones because there's a lot of special editions.
I'm wondering, and that's why I was wondering if they because Nintendo's still trying to beat PlayStation for the PS2 spot, and it's close. I wonder if this like price gouge price is just to drum up sales for the regular Switch, just so they can get over the edge. You know?
I mean, I don't know, but there's a lot of special edition stuff that they got.
They still got the like Pokemon Scarlet ones and all this other stuff.
Yeah, and I think
the what you call it was.
and those always do well. I feel later down the line because when I was looking at the Game Boy SP, they got like the different Pikachu versions, and then the NES SP version. Then there's the fucking there's different versions. And sealed they go for quite a bit. Then you go to the DS. There's the Pikachu DS. There's the Pokemon DS. There's the limited edition blah blah DS, 3DSs,
3DS joint.
Yeah, and then all of those they go crazy on the secondary.
So you think the original Switches are gonna start going up?
I think the Legend of Zelda one would probably be.
I know somebody who bought that literally like 6 months ago too.
Yeah, but they open it.
Yeah, no, they're using it. Yeah, they're using it. Yeah, they're using it.
I mean, they're having fun, but
yeah,
if I were to buy that one, I would just keep it closed because you could grade those things now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you can grade game systems.
Yes, unfortunately. you could grade anything now. VHS tapes, DVDs. Yeah, like you name it, you could grade it. And yeah. I mean that's the world we live in. You could fucking grade a sealed iPhone if you wanted to.
And you know what it is? It's because everything is becoming like able to be archived. Like it's not just baseball cards or whatever it is. It's like you got a iPhone 3G that no one's ever touched before. Like this is like a national heirloom or something like that.
Oh yeah, it is, bro. Everybody opened it. Some lady, you know the lady that found one in her closet, and I just throw it up on the bay, and then she got 30 racks.
It makes me realize I was like, man, I really wasn't thinking when I'll see those Game Boy Color games still in the package, like $70, $80, $90 for like a shitty $30 game or a $20 game, just because it was still in the packaging the whole time. I'm like, I could have bought like 3 copies.
Yeah, I mean nobody thought of that at that time. Like nobody like that wasn't a thing niggas was thinking back then. Like who was thinking, oh, I'm gonna keep my shit closed? They would have laughed at you.
Yeah. Doing a one-on-one character. It's straight up left and right.
I kind of like how it looks better, but
it still plays.
It still looks like it's missing like 80 frames.
It's the same game. I'm tapping into like a 14-year-old version of myself. Just like, oh, I know exactly where I'm at. I know the mission. I know the characters. It just looked really nice, and it's like a lot more fluid. That's the only thing.
So you got an unarmed character?
Yeah.
How does that work?
It's a skill set, so you can actually get like your fist ability levels up essentially, but like your punch power. It has a cap after a while, so like you gotta couple it with something else, like you gotta use some spells and like paralyze people or do something to get by, because after a while you are just punching people, but it's fun as hell to play because you just walk up on a dragon.
So you already finished the game?
No. I'm like still like way up in here, but there's nothing yet.
I'm proud of you.
I got this shit free on Game Pass.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I got Game Pass, so literally, because otherwise it would have been like $50.
A month?
Oh no! For the game it's $50. This is like
the Game Pass.
16 a month, I think.
And that's not bad.
It's not bad. It's and you just whatever you want to play it, download it, play it. Like
Part of me likes Game Pass
yeah,
and hates it at the same time.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's the hate about it?
Because that's what everybody wants. They don't want you to own games anymore.
Oh yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that.
But the convenience of it is like I don't
Thing
have
is
to.
though, the convenience of it is great, and honestly, a lot of the games though aren't really worth owning. So for me, I treat it like when I was a kid, I had Blockbuster, and I would do the Blockbuster Game Pass. Blockbuster had its own Game Pass, and you would rent like 2 games for the month, and you could hold them as long as you want, as long as you kept paying your bill. And what I did when I was a kid, when I found out what I liked to play, I just rented a bunch of games, played them. I remember turning the game back same day because I hated it. So I was like, oh, this is ass. Like I don't like this game. So I literally went in the morning, went back in the evening, got something else I liked. So that's the kind of feel I have again. And if I really like the game, then I might buy it. Or like at least my save data is there. So if they ever pull some funny shit, at least I can just buy the game, and at least I can just continue where I was at. So that's where I'm at on it. But
I feel like now like is the perfect time to collect physical games.
yeah, no, I believe it. I the older games too. That's what I'm saying. Like the games that'll never become gameplay, Game Pass available, PlayStation Network available. Just random shit. Like we're never gonna get that. I mean, unless they finally get their shit together, we're never gonna get that Need for Speed Underground 2 remastered like we wanted. Like Def Jam Vendetta. We're not gonna get any of that. So I can just buy the game, and I'm completely fine with that. Like, which I do have. Well, I don't have Vendetta, but I have it.
Well, Fight for New York, whatever.
Fight for New York. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, Fight for New York. That's a wild game. I played that like again like a year and a half ago.
I think I have a copy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was buying those games, bro, before the retro shit really popped off.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was I'm in a chat with like some YNs.
Some young nerds.
Yeah, and then
Some young nerds.
and then I was showing them like some of my PS2 games, and they're like, "Oh, how you got that? That's mad money." I'm like, "Bro, I bought it, bro. I was there."
Yeah.
I know Jet Set Radio for the Dreamcast started going crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because of the remake coming out?
I have no idea. I know they were telling me that because I was like, because they were talking about it, and they were like, the fuck, and then they were talking about old games because I guess they're young and they wanna just know what the hype was all about, and then they were like, "You have that, Unk?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
First off, watch your mouth. Don't call me an aunt. That's crazy. That's disrespectful.
I mean,
You consider yourself an aunt?
probably to some people.
I guess, yeah.
It's just, I mean, whatever. Like if they call me an Unk, they call me an Unk.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like a YN Unk.
There you go. Yeah. But that's what they used to call like. Well, I guess yeah, it'd be like the fun uncle. That's what they used to call it back in the day.
The Funkle.
The funkle, yeah. Even still.
Nah, but yeah, I was just like, I definitely had it. And then they showed me the price, and I was like, oh shit, that's kind of crazy. Damn. Because all the Dreamcast games are going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like shit that I was buying at like 8-bit and up 10, 12 years ago. They were selling for like $20, $30.
Yeah. Now 60, 70, 80.
100, 200. Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
200.
I really people just really have stuff in their house that's like worth something just sitting. Like I know I got some stuff up here that's maybe worth something or two, but I'm not too upset about it.
I mean, rather have
like I'm gonna wait for it to just keep appreciating value, I guess. And even if it drops, it is what it is, because like I want to play most of this stuff anyway. But eventually it'll go.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I ever have a kid, they're gonna have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, some heirlooms.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have a bunch of stuff
Some heirlooms.
that they're gonna. Yeah, I was trying to buy a sealed Dreamcast.
Ooh, how much is that even going for?
I can't remember if I didn't buy it because it was too expensive, or I can't remember the reason. I don't remember me not wanting it because it was too expensive. I tried to buy the box from Video Games New York,
Yeah,
and then they were like, "Nah, you wildin'."
just the box.
I wanted just the box because they had a box there,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Can I buy the box?" And they were like, "No."
Like $5 for the box.
They want like on eBay they wanted 50 beans for just a box.
For the box? You bugging up.
Hey man, I don't know if I mean I don't mind just to have it for display purposes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I paid $50 for it, but
I had the box for the that Switch, the Zelda Switch, just sitting here because my buddy he unboxed it here. He had just bought it, and then he was just like,
he's wilding for unboxing.
yeah. He was older though. He didn't understand. He just wanted to play it. I was like, that's fine. All you want to do is play it. He just thought it was cool because it was a Zelda one. Yeah, and that was it.
That was the light, right?
Huh?
That's the light.
Yeah. No, it was the OLED. It's an OLED, but the Zelda joint.
There's a
With the gold Joy-Cons.
there's a light version, there's a regular version, and then there's the OLED version.
Yeah.
Because the sealed Fortnite Switch goes for like 700-800 beans.
That's crazy. Why did they make a Fortnite one for? I mean, I guess just because it's Fortnite.
Yeah, because it comes with like a bunch of skins and stuff that you can only get if you get the console. Or at least that's what I heard. Don't quote me. But I know my homie, he does videos about the prices of the collectibles and stuff, so
We'll look this one up. I'm gonna show you the one that he got. Let's try. Go away. Ooh, okay. So this is the one.
yeah, that's it. That's the one I think like that's a cool one.
I'm thinking more about the Switch Lite. Honestly, I was like,
And then
I
there's
think it's dumb at first, just because it's like what you lose with it. But then now thinking about it, I'm like, damn, I kind of want one and a Switch. You know what I mean? It's like,
but most niggas that had it didn't even they played it for like a year and then that was it.
yeah,
So
it's just something about it being like its own little small like. That's what it was. It was a dude on the internet. And he was like talking about how mobile handheld gaming is dead technically because he was talking about he was wrong, but I kind of understood where he was trying to go with it. He was like the size of the console is just it's too awkward to like okay if I pull out a Switch on the train it looks like something. Whereas if I had a PSP on the train or I had a DS on the train, it's like mad discreet. Like nobody will know what you're doing. You just handheld gaming. He basically saying like the Switch itself is still too loud to just be a mobile device. And he's wrong, but he's also not wrong because I'm like, now I want one of these. Just because it is a smaller screen. It's like a little like it's tucked away. I'm not, I don't know. It doesn't look like I'm pulling out a tablet at like a dentist's office,
But
But
I think part of the reason why Nintendo wanted to do the Switch 2 is because of just how much mileage and how many times they were able to sell the Switch, because they sold the
yeah,
base level, like just the regular Switch.
yeah,
Then they sold the Switch Lite, and then they sold the OLED.
the OLED.
So
Yeah.
they got to sell it 3 different times and not really change anything. So then now with the Switch 2, they making it a little bit more sleeker and durable, but why didn't they just, for $500, why didn't you just have the fucking OLED in the thing?
Because they half step. They gonna half step. But Nintendo always half steps. Think about how many DSs there've been. Think about how many Game Boy Color Advances there've been. Like they always do this.
The Advance and I mean that was a big upgrade from the Advance and the SP.
True, because it was like it redesigned it in a way.
It-
but it's still the same.
And then it had a backlight.
Then it had a backlight. So that one was like that one was a Pro. That's like the Game Boy Color Pro, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
It got extra. But then the DS had like 6, 7 models. Like it had like the DS,
the chunky one.
then it had the DSi, then it had the DS Lite, then it had
The
the
3DS.
3DS, then it had the 3DS XL, then it had the 2DS. Like all running almost the same thing.
I feel like for handhelds it's fine,
Yeah.
right? But for consoles, it's like you get
But this is the first hybrid though. It is a console, but it is also a handheld. It's the only hybrid to ever really like take off like that. So, but yeah, look at this.
yeah. I mean, even though it's like you buy that, you sit on it,
Yeah,
that is definitely gonna do numbers in the future.
yeah, but nah, he already wasted it. He squandered it. He just wanted to play it. He just wanted to play it. I don't know. I'm nervous about the Switch 2, and it's not about the Switch 2 itself. It's just about like how the course of
Bro, I'm done with that.
how everything's gonna go. It's just I don't want it to be expensive. I don't want a PlayStation 5 issue. 'Cause that'll annoy the hell out of me that this happened to Nintendo of all companies.
What, that you couldn't get it?
Yeah, I just can't get it. Also, I'm a little scarred from when I was actually gonna get a Wii when I was like that generation.
Mm.
When the Wii came out, it like I was playing Mario Galaxy at a EB Games in North Carolina, playing on a little
Raise
demo
up.
joint. Yeah, just around here like a helicopter. And I'm sitting playing this game like I never played anything like this before. Like, what the hell is this game? Like I know it's Mario, but I've never seen this like planet jumping shit. So immediately I'm like, I want a Wii. Then I went to like 4 different Game Stops or EB Games. None of them had it. Like no, absolutely none of them had it. So I settled on the 360, which was fine. I'm glad I did because 360 was fantastic. But even still, it's like I don't want to do that again. I don't have to deal with that again. And then if I have to get it later, it's like more expensive.
Well, the Wii was the highest selling console up until the Switch. No,
I thought it was still the PS2.
no, I'm talking about for Nintendo.
Oh, for Nintendo. Yes, yeah. No, the Wii went crazy. We went stupid.
For like a year.
Yeah. You couldn't get it. You could not get it.
Bro, it sold so much, and that like it was so lackluster.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I feel like
No, granted, I get it because once like Xbox and PlayStation took off, it kind of got put in its own area, but
it was collecting dust
people was
when it
hyped
first
about
dropped.
Yeah,
Though
when it first dropped.
everybody, they had the Wii Sports.
Yeah, people breaking their TVs.
Yeah, bro,
breaking their
it
TVs.
was crazy. It was a movement, but then when it cooled down, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
No, you're right. You're right. It was kind of put in its own place, but that's their own fault for not having the They didn't have the third party support, and that was the big issue. That was like the one
for
of the
the
big.
Wii and the Wii U
Yeah, that was a big issue. Like, why didn't you just
for
do
two
Wii
generations.
versions of this or that or that or this? Yeah. That's what held them back for a while, which is why when the Switch came out and they're like, yo, you want to play games from the 360 era that you ain't played in 6 years, 7 years, on the go for $30 today. If it's on sale, it's like $9.99. Like,
I
of
feel like
course.
part of the reason why the Switch did so well too is because a lot of people missed out on the Wii games, and the
Yeah.
Wii U games that they
Yeah.
came out for the Wii U because nobody played the Wii U.
Yeah. I
They
mean,
just
well, the Breath
started,
of the Wild was a Wii U launch title, and nobody knew about it because nobody bought the Wii
yeah.
U.
So they just started porting shit
Yeah.
from the Wii U to the Switch, and it was selling.
Yeah.
Now I don't know because you're not gonna be able to get away with that on the Switch too. Like you kind of got to put in effort this time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, uh, the Switch is like trailing, right?
150.
Like, and a lot of people are saying that these numbers aren't, they're not really that traceable because they're saying it's like less than 160 mil, or some people saying it's like 161 mil. But these number, I mean, these are 25-year-old numbers, so they don't really have like a 110% accurate. But it's still 10 million behind um the PlayStation. I mean, honestly, a good Christmas, they'll get it right there. They'll get it again, and then pass it, and then Switch Two will just do what Switch Two does, and it is what it is. But
Which one was the lowest selling?
uh, the Pegasus, Femaclone, what the fuck is this? What is this?
Look at.
I feel like I've seen this in like a fever dream. Like this was in some kid's like toy box.
There has to be one with lower than that. The Pippin I feel like was probably the lowest.
I mean, maybe over a mil. Maybe they're doing it that way, where it's like.
I think a CD sold 2 more.
Also, I did do the best, so this is the best. 30.
Oh, this is the best 30.
Yeah. Atari.
Philips
Tesla.
CDI.
I remember the Tesla. I remember seeing that.
Philips CDI.
Yeah.
A million people bought that garbage. Right? Isn't it? A million. How much was it when it first?
Damn, shit. Nothing.
Yeah, you could play Hotel Mario.
Sales. Sales. 100,000 units. U.S. Sale price.
Gotta be at least 600, 500.
Gotta be. Yeah. And that's $90s dollars. Or is it $80s dollars?
Nah, that came out in 1990.
That's 98. Ooh.
Atari Lynx.
I forgot about this. This was a handheld too.
A million people got suckered.
Yeah. Oh, it says. See, that's what I'm saying. It says million, but it says less. Oh, more than a million. Like more, just over a million. R78. Which is, it is cool that they added the handheld in here because yes, handheld consoles are still consoles technically, but it is a little different. It's same but different. Mega Drive. Oh, the Genesis Mini. Oh no, that's the one that just came out. Right?
Is it?
Yeah. That little micro. Yeah. They did like a weird re-release. It was like a little micro.
That's
Micro
dope.
Genesis. Yeah, it was stupid. Just buy a Genesis. The Oculus. Did you ever get into Oculus?
No,
My neighbor, my downstairs neighbor, he literally goes downstairs in the lobby and just be like boxing people. Oculus. It's cool. I play like a Call of Duty sim on it, and it is very like realistic. You know, it looks like PlayStation 2 graphics sometimes, but most of the time. But it's still kind of a cool experience. But I don't have a I don't think I have
it's like it's like what's that one shit that Nintendo did?
a
The Virtual Boy.
Virtual
It's
Boy.
like the
Yeah,
Virtual Boy 20 years later.
yeah. I mean, it's cool. Like it works. Like I was playing this like army dude, and like all the stuff you had to holster, and you had to take out all the ammo packs. It was like a very cool simulation. But I don't think I got it in me to. Geo.
That was cool.
This was a cool one.
And the Pocket Color was fire too.
Yeah.
They had some. I
So
remember
what's up? What is SNK exactly?
SNK was a arcade.
Manufacturer. I said
They
arcade.
made arcade games, and
Mm.
then
But they never got into. I guess they never really got into the console.
they
Sorry.
did they did
They did?
they had the Neo Geo console.
So that's it. Just the Neo Geo.
No, well
Oh,
they had
the
the
actual
Neo
Neo
Geo
Geo.
and then the Neo Geo Pocket. But
Um,
the thing with them was that their shit was like they wanted to bring the arcade into the house. They wanted to get the
mm,
closest uh the closest thing that you could get from the arcade into the house. And then it was just like, yo, why don't we just literally just make a small version of the arcade?
so the mini cabinets. So that's what they were making. They were
They
making.
had that. They had the mini cabinets, but that's the console right there.
Okay.
So yeah,
I see. So that's how you play it, and it was just it was like mainly arcade games.
yeah. And then those cartridges were crazy. They were like
Mm,
giant. They were like this big,
like VHS tape type. Damn.
bigger than that, bigger than that.
See, cool concept. I wish
It was
rolled
$700, bro,
That's
to
wild.
get that. Yeah,
Oof.
90s money.
Yeah, it's nice. Oof, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was like it was luxury. Like they even branded themselves like a luxury console. Like it's
Mm.
not for, and even they
It's
said
not
it's not for anyone. It's
not
just
anyone. Well, because back then arcade was still kind of king, maybe, or at
not
least
kinda. It was like
yeah,
if you wanted the best version of the game, you had to go to the arcade.
yeah. So you want it in your home,
You gotta pay
you
the
gotta
money,
pay up. It's a lot of quarters.
and then I think the games were like $150.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
So I knew one kid with the Neo Geo Pocket Color,
And the game.
and then
Yes.
he was the coolest kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid was so cool.
He's a tough.
He had
man.
that one.
This one, the blue one.
Yeah, he was fucking cool as fuck.
Yeah, he's a tough. Like
He was
I
like Game
like.
Boy.
You know what this feels like? Remember, like this feels like cell phone culture in the mid 2000s, where like no cell phone really looked alike. There was like a million different cell phone, flip phone models and
Yeah.
types and shit.
He had
That's
the one that
the
twisted.
twist, the scoop, the slide, the all of them, but with game consoles. Cause like some of these had potential. It was just like I just remember what's it called going through like 8 or 9 million batteries and what's the joint? The Sega's joint.
The N-Gage sold 3 million. That's surprising.
Damn. Oh, that's your 3DO.
Oh yeah, that's my guy right
That's
there.
your
The
guy right there,
3DO.
just over 2 mil.
We spoke about that last.
We did, yeah. I got a clip of that coming out. I just gotta
The
get
3DO.
to it. Yeah, the 3DO.
That was cool, man. His dad had no copyright protection.
Yeah.
So if you buy it, I don't know if we spoke about this, but whatever. If you buy a 3DO now, all you need to do is literally just burn the game onto a CD, and you good to go,
Damn.
and you locked and loaded.
Damn. See, that's really kind of cool. Just to have like as a piece of history, and then just like something to just play, just to have it. Because I was looking at the library and the game, like they had some like what you would consider triple A, I guess double A titles at the time.
Mhm.
But they had titles, but then they also had just a bunch of random stuff I ain't never seen before. Like they had the Need for Speed.
That was neat. That was the first Need for Speed.
What? That's
on the
crazy.
on the 3DO.
Road Rash.
Road Rash.
Samurai Showdown.
Yeah. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which was considered one of the best arcade ports.
Yeah.
They have that game at Video Games New York.
They do?
Yeah, for like $30. Not that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Doom. Movie style.
I think that's the Doom with no music.
Oh, this the joint that had Night Trap on it too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Shout out Night Trap for making us have to put ratings on stuff. That's crazy. That's the one that did it. ColecoVision.
ColecoVision was cool.
Yeah. Where's my guy that where's my guy's
This was like crazy, bro.
N-Gage. Yeah.
I remember my cousin
Nokia.
When my cousin Victor, I was gonna go over on the phone. But when my cousin Victor came home with it, he was like older than us. He was so cool.
Yeah.
And he was like about 10 years older than us. So when he bought it, it was me and my younger cousin. We like ran up. Oh shit. And he was unboxing it. And we was like, yo, this nigga's in the future, bro.
Yeah,
this is it. We were like, yeah, this is it. He was playing Tomb Raider on it, whatever the hell came in. Like, I think that's when they changed. So he didn't have that model.
Yeah.
Because the model he had, you had to take the battery out to put the game in. Yeah. So we were like, whoa, this is so cool. And he was playing fucking what's this shit? Tomb Raider. And he
had Tomb Raider on there.
Yeah, the Tony Hawk. And then when he called his friend on it to tell him he had it, he had to hit him with the sideways. So he was talking like this with the phone.
Out with it.
Yeah. And then when I was a kid, I was like, yo, that he looked dumb.
Yeah, that's a little much.
And then,
but it makes sense because you don't want to put your greasy ass ear on the screen. Like, that kind of is goofy, but at least it was like
at that time, yeah, you're probably right, but we all do it now.
You're right. We do it now. Yeah, damn.
But I guess what they were thinking at that time was like,
when you talk, I think this is the model you talking.
Oh, when you had to put the game, yeah. That was the Model 1. He had the Model 1. He bought it from I don't know what cell phone store he got it from.
Seeing that shit like a random.
Like I think he got it at a Singular store or some shit or Nokia, whatever.
QD.
Bro, it was crazy. And then the PSP came out, and it was cooked.
PSP, man. I'm still like I was a hater of the PSP. I ain't gonna hold you. PSP?
No. The N-Gage. Like 2004, right?
2003.
2003. Yeah.
Late 2003, October 2003.
Yeah.
Lifespan 3 years. It had 3 years.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, I feel bad for hating on the PSP as much as I did because I was a DS kid. I was like Nintendo handheld all the way. And then I had an Xbox, so I was just like, I'm not doing nothing PlayStation right now. So
you are
this thing can go somewhere. Yeah.
The PSP was like.
No, I have one now, and I regret not having one in my youth. That thing is fantastic.
I never had one. I couldn't afford one, but
yeah.
I had a modded one, and somebody stole it from me.
I got it now. I got a modded one now, and I'm playing like PlayStation 1 and Game Boy Advance games on it. I'm like, yeah, this is a fantastic piece of technology.
Yeah, it is.
We really messed up not letting that.
But then they had the stupid one.
Vita. The Vita?
Nah, it was before. It was in between the Vita and the PSP. It was the one that flipped up. That you pushed it up.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. People saying it was getting stuck and shit.
And it didn't have
it was like a mini PSP slide or something.
And you couldn't. You had to download the games.
Oh,
I don't think there was physical games at the time for that. Yeah, and then that's what killed it.
Yeah, they messed up there.
Yeah. And I was
Good
like,
stuff.
damn, bro. I was like, wait.
Television. This is Nintendo? This is Color TV. Color TV game? Oh, it's like a dedicated joint, so it's like the ColecoVision, all those other joints. Yeah, it's like that. This is when they started getting out of the toy game. It was like, listen, we gotta,
This Pong thing is going crazy.
yeah, we gotta get up on this. Dreamcast, just shy of 10 mil, baby. Yeah, this is just a sad story.
I don't understand why it took them this long to get shit right.
It's just a sad story. I don't get it either. I don't understand how it couldn't do something.
Well, because they chose not to put a DVD player in it.
Yeah. Wait, because did this come out around? This came out with the PS2, right?
It came out before the PS2.
Just before, but it was older than the. This was not with PS1 and 64, right? This was like
No.
the start of the next gen. So it's PS2, Xbox, GameCube, and this, right? I'm assuming that was like the fourth runner.
Yes.
So yeah, no. Well, GameCube didn't do it, but people like the GameCube. I mean, I didn't have one, but I know people who died. They died
that was a
by
low
it.
selling console too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People died by it though, man. Like they
The
loved
Xbox came out.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it just. But it had the internet though.
Nobody used the internet at that. I mean, I'm not gonna say nobody, but it wasn't a popular thing to do on.
Yeah,
games.
that's sad that that wasn't the thing. And then you could take the little Chow Garden joint with you.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a clean design too.
the PS2 shut it down with when there were like DVDs.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Xbox was the shit because you could rip so you could take a burn disc, like you could burn a disc from LimeWire or whatever, put the songs on your Xbox, and then pull up the menu to have it playing while you're like playing a game, or you could just have it as a personal like media center. Crazy.
That was cool.
Crazy. I still have never seen anything that cool since then. At least with like home gaming. Like I would love to be able to just sync it to Spotify and play something if I wanted to.
You can still do that.
You can now?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Can you?
There's Spotify and Apple Music.
You're right, on PS4. I'm bugging. I forgot I did do it on PS4. Damn, maybe I just didn't want to. Maybe it's just because it's that. It's just too much to do now.
There is too much to do now.
Yeah.
You could multicast on the fucking thing now.
Yeah. So I guess they did it without doing it.
The Game Gear.
Game Gear. Let's go. 10 batteries, baby. Shit lasts 24 minutes on a good day. Yeah.
That was crazy to me.
Yeah. I wanted this. I don't care. That's what I'm talking. Like, that was the thing for me. It was like I liked real world accessories. Like I was big on like I had a Walkman, I had a radio, I had a CD player, I had this thing. Something about this, like that shit spoke to me. That's crazy. Yeah, this was a wild one.
And it had a backlight.
It did.
Atari Lynx had a backlight too.
Big ass Rick. Sort of a 10 mil copy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was pretty good.
In 1990. What was the run? What was the run year? Discontinued in 2002.
Yeah. Yeah, even the N64 kind of underperformed.
Yeah, the N64 did like it. I think what it is with Nintendo, no matter what, it's because of the games. It's not the system. It's like I didn't even have a Nintendo 64, but watching my friends play Mario 64 like was a game changer. And then like let me play it, game changer. Let me play Ocarina of Time, game changer. It was like if you had somebody who just had it.
I had PlayStation. I think I remember when N64 came out.
Yeah.
uh a lot of the, well, not that I remember, but um in the early 2000s when I was reading articles about it, looking back when they were looking back on it, the problem with the N64 was that the cartridges were just way too much, and then they were selling some cartridges for 70 $80.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the reason why there's no Squaresoft games or Square Enix games on that console, I don't know if you know that, was because um they wanted to do an exclusivity with Nintendo, but they were like, these cartridges can't hold that much data, and you want to, and you, well, like, you want to make the games still expensive.
Yeah.
And then Sony was like, well, we have CDs, and that could hold 750 megabytes or 720, and it's gonna be cheaper, so more people will play it.
Went with the
And,
money.
yeah, I think
Sure, with the money.
everybody did, like mostly, like that's why Sony was getting these fucking crazy titles,
Yeah.
was because they had the technology to support it,
For cheaper and get more people
and
into it.
and that's why people were buying it. And I feel like Nintendo is kind of like not understanding that.
Well, they're very, and that's the thing about it is whether you love or hate Nintendo, they are gonna do Nintendo all the way. Like they don't care. Like they seem to be very like honestly, the Switch 2 is the least Nintendo thing they've ever done in a long time. Like they honestly like they stick to whatever code, whatever way they want to make games. They stick to it. The company doesn't tank. The characters are still lovable. So I guess you just like
Oh yeah.
they're one of those like we just gonna fall on the sword if we have to. Like we don't
I
care.
mean, but even a lot of the consoles that they did, each one was different from the last.
Yeah, they were constantly changing the idea. Like that
Like
was their thing. That
the
was
NES, the Super NES,
yeah.
the N64, the fucking GameCube, the Wii, the
Yeah.
Wii U, the Switch, and then this time they were just like, yeah, we're just gonna put the same shit out again.
Cause they I would have been so. I honestly, it would have been the time where I'm like, yeah, I don't think I can rock with you anymore, Nintendo. Like, you made it. You made the thing. You were trying all this crazy shit. You were trying all this weird ideas and triple hand controllers and all this other stuff you was trying to do. And you finally landed on something perfect. Like your handhelds always sell. What about a handheld you could play at the house? That's it. That's literally
And they could have just went back to a traditional console, and I would have been cool with that.
Nah, I think it's still that separation of handheld with the cons because their handhelds always sell. They always sell. But it's like even better than things like PSP, which is technically a better system, doesn't matter. It like the name says enough for you to get the Nintendo product. So now it's like consoles are cool, but they're always doing something weird. Lose rights here and there. But then you have a system that can digitally download anything, almost anything and it's Nintendo hardware. Like you did it. You finally did the right thing. And only thing you can do now is just double double up, really.
Double down on it.
Double down on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
nah.
I'm probably gonna get a Steam Deck.
Nah. Dude, that shit lasts like 2 hours.
No,
I
I'll
was
keep it
researching.
docked. I'll keep it
I was
docked.
docked. At least the Gen 1 ones. The docked ones was like still losing battery. I was like, yeah, this is wild. I don't think I can do this. I also don't have a good Steam library, so I'm like, I ain't trying to. I actually did not have a console this era though, like the Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1 era. My sister had the PlayStation, but I like barely played it. And all she did was play CDs on for the most part. She just wanted to
I had
play CDs.
I had the N64 and the PS1.
Nice.
And my
Yeah.
dad gave me his PlayStation 1.
Like I would find games, little demo discs or something to play. Like, but I just really didn't. I was all handheld that generation.
You know the PlayStation could play movies, right?
Really, PS1, PS1.
Man, somebody hacked it.
Oh shit,
And they showed that they could.
that's crazy.
That would have been crazy if Sony did that.
Yeah, they'd have shut the game down. I probably would have gone just PlayStation all the way because it was at that point where I still didn't have a console, and I'm finally trying to get a console, and I'm at a spot where homies playing two games that like changed my life. They played Halo and Elder Scrolls, And I'm like, one, what is this cool alien shooter? And then the other one is like, he hands me the controller, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? He's like, you can do whatever you want. I'm like, get the fuck out. Like, what are you talking about? I can do whatever. It's like, you see that guy over there? You can fight him if you want. You can steal from him. You can talk to him. You can go in that door. You can go into every door if you want. Like, I was like, blew my mind.
And Merwin?
More, yeah, yeah. I was playing Morrowind, and I was like 13, 14, 12, 14, 14. I was like, so yeah, this changed my life.
We didn't know anybody who had an Xbox.
Yeah, I got one the moment I could. I was like, yeah, I just
So,
got
like the regular Xbox. Yeah, I didn't know anybody. You had to be rich to get that.
the brick. I didn't even know it was that expensive. I just was like, I gotta get this.
Check the release price for the Xbox, like just the regular Xbox. Yeah, just the regular Xbox. Because I know it didn't do well, but I know it was
And I didn't even care.
critically. I know it was critically like it was like a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, it was the exclusives. Uh, 299. So 299 in $300 in at its release, which was 520 in today's standards. Damn. So yeah,
That was rent.
yeah, that's crazy. The exclusives were fantastic because it was Microsoft. They were able to port over a lot of PC games. They had some pretty good exclusives with certain Japanese companies because PlayStation was just so big in Japan that some companies in Japan just couldn't get a foot in the door. Xbox went over there and was like, "Hey, yeah, like, do you want to be an Xbox exclusive? We'll put Earth Defense Force on your fucking. We'll put that on your system, like on the system. Blue Dragon, all that stuff I was playing over there, man. It was a fun time. That first controller, I'm so glad I missed it. But I remember seeing a friend who had it. That shit looked like it did look like a dinner plate. It was an
The first
insane.
controller was
It was an
terrible.
insane. Like, what? Why did it need this much plastic? Is egregious. That make no sense whatsoever. Super Famicom. Damn, the Super Famicom outsold the 64.
Yeah,
Yeah,
by a lot,
yeah.
by a lot.
Xbox One. So I did not do Xbox One.
I
I
not.
went PS4. So I did 360, but then it was just like I
They
don't.
they were they were they were too innovative.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think they were ahead of their time, and I think I could kind of pinpoint why it fell as hard as it did. I think it was because they were trying to do something that was kind of ahead of its time, but they were doing it at a time where like Twitter was getting crazy big. So when people started bashing you on Twitter, and then millions of people started like, it would start this like storm because when they tweeted that was like, oh, we're only gonna have downloadable discs and we're trying to push people onto the cloud and this, that, and the third. They lit their ass up, and it was just over. And then
Then you had to be connected to the internet
you got to
twenty four
connect to the
seven.
internet, and it was just like they got lit up. And then
You
PlayStation did a
couldn't share
clapback,
games.
couldn't share games, but you think about it now, everybody's on digital stores. Nobody really is handing video games to friends' houses anymore. Like, we don't. Like, we really don't, unfortunately. Like, I got my library of newer gen games isn't even that like it's not even that crazy
They
anymore.
were they were 10 years ahead of their time.
Yeah, literally 10,
Yeah,
10 whole years.
yeah. And it was just the way that the way that they presented it like was mad snarky. Like,
And the name sucked. I'm sorry. It just was a stupid name.
oh yeah, that too.
Just a really, really stupid name. Like, you could have changed the name and maybe saved like 20%. I'm dead serious. You could have saved like 20% of the drop.
Xbox 720.
You could have called it the 720. You could have called it Xbox Elite Omega. You could have called it anything. Don't call it one because we already know what an Xbox it just makes no sense. Like, whatsoever.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. You could have called it the Xbox 4, and we'd have probably like went along.
Yeah, they
They
were.
pulled a Nintendo too. They had a lot of like
They never recovered from that.
One X, XS, and then the new Xbox, which I have and I like. I actually really like it. I really, really like it. But it's like Xbox Series X. It's like the names are mad confusing. I'm
They
not gonna lie.
they never recovered from that.
Ever. It's unfortunate, but
And because the Xbox, the new one that they had, is a pretty good console.
I have it's good. Game Pass is fantastic. I actually am glad I chose it over the PS5. In my personal opinion, like I just like,
I only got the PS5 because all my friends was getting it.
and that's the way I was with PS4, and I'm glad I did that. But even still, like not a lot of my friends are. All my friends are trying to play PC shit. That's what. It is. Like I'm sitting there trying to play Marvel Rivals, but they want to play on PC exclusive, and I'm like, bro, where's the console people at?
Yeah, yeah.
Where the console bros? Why everybody just want to do Steam category stuff? Like, I don't know.
Consoles is getting too expensive.
Yeah,
The developers, the AAA developers, are getting too greedy.
yeah.
It's in 10 years. I don't.
No, yeah. 10 years, it'll probably just all be PC. Fortunately, but unfortunately.
I don't know how they could continue justifying the prices at this point.
Yeah. Which is wild. PS5 sold just under 75 mil, just about. It's called clean 75, which is still low. It's mad low considered the category of what came before. 3DS. So I forgot. Yeah, the
Damn, the
3DS.
PlayStation 4 was outselling the PS5.
Yeah, absolutely it is, and it's not gonna recover. There's no way. There's no way it's gonna recover.
But I think nobody wants to buy consoles anymore. More people are getting into PC gaming.
Yeah,
I remember back when I was a kid, like PC gaming was garbage.
yeah. I remember playing sport. I had a lot of fun, but I remember loading up all the Sims games.
It was
Now
like the
it's
worst.
mm, PSP baby, 3DS, and also the 3DS.
Oh, PSP?
Mhm,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, bro, you can listen to music on that thing, bro.
Yeah, no, I had the earphone jack and everything. It was fun. It was really, really ahead of its time. It was clean, like the design and everything was clean for 2004. That is a 2010 product. That's not a 2004 product.
Yeah, nah, that's definitely not an early 2000s product.
That's not an early 2000s
Cause
product.
what it was doing, it was doing shit. Fucking, Steve Jobs could only dream of that.
Yeah.
And I know he got tilted because he was mentioning like, oh, the iPhone sold more than the play,
Yeah.
sold more than the PlayStation,
Yeah.
the PSP, and the what was it, the DS combined. And it's like, why even compare the two?
Even this shit is beat up, but it's like this shit feels like the future. Like if someone handed me this in 2004, I'd be like, "What is this?
If somebody handed that to you in 1990, whatever,
This is insane. This should have been the N-Gage. This would have been the new N-Gage."
that should have been the iPhone.
Yeah.
Listen, Apple needs to come out with a console again.
I thought they were gonna try to again, because they talking about a car. They already did Apple TV. They did a whole bunch of other shit. Like, I'm trying to figure that out too.
Apple TV.
Yeah, they got like Apple, that little. I mean, they have the app now, but it's like the module or whatever for like your home center. It's like an Apple box.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think that
60 baby.
the 360 is good. 360 was their best console.
Yes. This was prime gaming. This was prime gaming.
This was like the console war was crazy at that time,
Yeah.
and then they pissed it all away right after that.
Yeah. Because they still didn't win in numbers, but they won in popularity. They could have rode that into like the next wave.
Yeah, nah, they lost because of the red ring shit.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to cut corners and use like cheap materials and
Mhm.
like the games were scratching the fucking thing. So
Mhm.
people were like, ah, yeah. And then when Sony made the P3 available, more easily accessible, they were like, yeah, we're probably gonna go with that.
Yeah. I remember having a buddy over who brought his PS3 and he was playing Resistance. And I was like, this shit looks really good. But I was just still not. It was like it was nothing on PlayStation I really, really wanted to play like that. Like
They dropped the
at the
boomerang
time.
controllers.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby. You remember the boomerang controllers they had?
Oh.
PS3 have the boomerang. Type in.
Oh, you talking? I know you talking about it. Shit like a happening, right?
They never released it. I wonder if you could hold that. Yeah. Like that was fire.
That's what they were gonna do, right?
Yeah.
They never did.
I liked it.
Yeah. That could have been tough.
Did you buy one? Does somebody own that?
Yeah, that probably could have been tough. What happened with it? They just decide not to.
I guess the uh the feedback on the internet was crazy. I guess it was poorly received, and then they just changed
Yeah.
it.
They just did the PlayStation 2 controller, but better.
What's the?
I don't know, man. I would have. This looked kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie. Very alien.
Yeah, it's futuristic, bro. That's crazy. I wonder, can you buy it? Like what's really hood? Like, does that like is that in a museum somewhere? Like,
I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, they had the move controls trying to compete with
that
the
was
Wii.
fucking stupid.
Yeah, the light bulb in it. Nah, it's still a prototype, I guess. Maybe the ergonomics just weren't there though. Because I ain't gonna lie, I mean, Sony really doesn't make like ergonomic controllers. Like their controllers are good, but they're not the best fitting. They're really not the best fitting. Xbox has the best controller design for sure, but maybe it was just too far. Like it was just like this is too weird.
Yeah, nah.
So I feel like certain types of hands would probably just like not if the inputs might be off. It's crazy. We
That's a
the
good one.
first one to crack over 100 mil
That was the first
on
one,
this
right?
list. Yeah, this thing went stupid. Oh man,
That was in every nursing home across the country.
yeah, breaking mad TVs.
Then when you was able to mod it,
Yeah, that Wii U fucked them over hard. We all thought I did think it was an addition. I didn't think it was a brand new system.
I liked the pad idea for it.
Yeah, I had like I used it once at somebody's spot. It was really cool. It was like really really cool.
It's just they have no games.
Yeah.